want to start with astrology today because I don't know if you feel it. I think you feel it, but the energy is extremely, extremely intense. And the energy will continue to be intense for another 6 weeks. We are entering into the month of October. I'm going to try to share my screen with you so you can see the chart. I don't know, some of you would love it, some of you will find it confusing, but you can ignore the chart if you feel it confusing and just listen to me. I just know that some people ask to see the chart, so here it is. And we're coming today to a full moon of Aries, and full moon in Aries. So we heard about Aries. Aries is the sign that I have to have what I want, and I want it now. And it's a full moon, and we know the moon based on lack. The moon is not a planet that it's solid. It's not a planet actually at all. It's a star, right? The sun and the moon are not planets, they are stars. And everything that works with the moon works with lack, because the moon is sometimes full and sometimes empty, and is constantly changing. If you take the sun, so the sun is moving a degree every day, but the moon is every minute. So the moon is constantly changing. It's a full moon in Aries. Aries is what I want. And when we feel right now that what I want maybe is not being fulfilled, the planet that rules um, Aries is Mars, and we all know that Mars is in retrograde right now. And that Mars, 2 days ago, squared exactly Saturn. And Saturn is the one body that said to Mars, you cannot move. Mars is in retrograde, he's strong, he's powerful, he's all fiery. He wants to move. And look, he's conjunct the black moon. The black moon, I don't want to say his name. Her name. We don't say her name in the Kabbalah, because we know it's a negative name. Because the black moon represent, it's the black moon is like, I'm just gonna make your life a little bit difficult. So when that Mars is conjunct the black moon, okay, it's called Lylyth. All right, and they're together. It feels like not only that I'm in retrograde, not only that I'm conjunct that black moon. I want to initiate, I want to grow. I have my own personalities. We're talking for so many weeks now that I need to find out who I am and what do I want and what is my individuality. And then Saturn comes squaring that Mars and telling him, who are you? You're nobody. You're part of the system. I'm going to tell you what to do, and you're going to have to listen. And that, it's a very, very frustrated time when we all feel as an individual and as a society that we have no control whatsoever in our life, and everybody can tell me how am I supposed to live my life, and everybody can tell me what am I supposed and what am I not supposed to do. If it's even if I get fired from work, like, look, the universe now is telling me that I have no job. What does it mean? Even where am I in this process at all? And it's not an easy process to go through when we feel that we need to fight for our individuality, that we need to fight for me. I'm also important. And I want to say something, I want to do something, but the universe is not allowing us, like bump into walls constantly. And what we need to do is, like, we need to prepare ourselves for a time like that, when we know that it's just everyone that is trying to tell me how to live my life right now. It's a fact, because that's what the universe is doing to all of us right now. But how am I going to handle it? It's in my hand. And this is where my individuality come to life, is when I said, who do I give the power? Do I give the power, I don't know, to my boss or to my children or to my husband and my wife and the country and the president? Do I give them power over me? or I'm deciding how am I going to handle it, because it's the only thing we can handle right now. Because every time we're trying to come with an action, we bump into a wall, or it feels like, "Oh, no matter what I do, it just doesn't work." And it's not all of us. I'm sure some of us experience more than others, but um, sometimes we are just part of, even if in our life right now things are going pretty smoothly and I don't feel it, it could be that people around us that we love and we care are going through this process, and we need to be there for them. So one way or another, we are all going through very, very intense time that we need to go inside, and we need to really know who do we want to give our power to. Do I want to give someone the power to overrule me? Or right now I understand that it's a process that I need to go through, but I'm not giving up my power. Okay, we have that full moon in Aries. We don't want to feel the lack that we have no control, because we learn in Kabbalah that wherever there is lack, then all negativities, it's called klipot in the Kabbalistic world. It's called all the klipot, all the negativity, all the outside forces are coming and holding that lack. And the moment they hold into that lack, they take over our soul, they take over our body, they take over our life. But if we are trying to elevate our consciousness to a higher place, that I know that right now it's an intense time and I need to go through this by empowering myself from the inside, then I connect to light. And the moment that I'm connect to light, those outsiders, those klipot, those negativity, cannot, there's nothing to hold. The negativity has nothing to leech on. It's like the negativity is leeching on us. And when we connect to light, it's smooth, so it slides. So even if the negativity try to hold, there's no place to hold. So yes, it's intense time, and yes, we're gonna find out that people or situation will try to take the power away from us, but we are going to be smarter than that, because we need to be focused, and we need to know, we need to observe. This is exactly the time not to be like how the Rav always called it, robotic consciousness. Every time we're falling to robotic consciousness, I want to raise my consciousness to a place that I'm focused, that I'm tuned in to what the universe is trying to teach me right now. Because the purpose of this intense time is not to give us a hard time. The purpose of this intense time, that we will know very clear, because when it's strong, it's also clear on the other side. What are we connecting with? What we are not connecting with, what's working for us and what's not working for us. It needs to bring us to a level of transparency and clarification about how do we want our future to look like. Because when in December, that we're going to have conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. Aquarius is a higher level of consciousness. It's liberation. So when we know what do we want to connect to and what we don't want to connect to, and we will be able to be patient with that process of another 6-7 weeks of intensity, we will be able to liberate ourselves. We will be able to start a new future. Aquarius is the future. Okay? For the last 2 years, we had to connect to the past because the North Node was in Cancer. And in Cancer, we had to connect to how we feel, what makes us feel good, what doesn't make us feel good. So we will be able to clean those feelings and those fears. Okay, so we will be able to go towards the future without the expectation that the future will look like the past. So now we are living the moment of now. And within the now, which is the most important thing, is the now. It's never the past and it's never the future. It's the power of now. When we connect to the power of now and we decide, even if it looks that the outside world is going mad, we decide, what do we want? Someone talked to me not nice. Someone gave me an order I didn't like. someone does something that I feel I have no control over, I can control me. And that's the only thing I can control right now. The only thing, guys, what we can control right now is us. It's our reaction and how are we going to handle it. Because when we are tuned like that and we are focused, it's going to get so clear to us. So clear to us. Where are we going? Where are we going? How do our future look like? And as much as it's intense, it's very, 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 very strong. We have these three planets, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. You can see them here, 17, 22, and 25 degrees in the last 3 weeks. September 12th, all those three planets for the last few months were in retrograde. And in September 12th, Jupiter went direct. Jupiter is our belief system, is in Capricorn. Capricorn is the top. We already reached the top. And now we observe what is our new belief system. How do I want to continue? With what belief system do I want to continue? So Jupiter went direct. And last week, Saturn went direct as well. And on October 4th, right? On October 4th, this week, also Pluto will go direct. You see stationary direct. And in the 3 and the 4th, and then in the 5s is already full direct. Now, sorry, Pluto is a planet of transformation, and he's everything. He's going to magnify everything. Everything will be amplified. Everything will look more dramatic and bigger and more like, and they're all squaring Mars, and we feel that we have no control. But guys, we do have control. We do have control. We have control over our reaction. We have control over ourselves. We have control over our desire. Everything that we have is technology, that we can connect to the upper world, that we can connect to the essence of why we're here, which is receiving. When we have a full moon between Libra and Aries, and think about it, even the dimension of the Sukkot, for example, is 20 amma, okay? And 20 amma is very, very tall. But why 20? Because there's 10 sfirot and 10 sfirot. 10 sfirot that I want to receive everything, and I want it now, and I really, really want it, and I have big desire, because if I have a big desire, I'm going to receive. But the other 10 is the Or Choser, is the return light, is the restriction. And the restriction is the light of mercy, is the ability to receive the light that I can say, I don't want just for me. I want for everyone. And that's why this full moon, it happens in a full moon, right? That the sun is in Libra. Libra is for everyone. Libra, I want justice. I want everyone to be happy. If you really look at Libra, their mission is to make the other person happy. It's not about their happiness. If you're happy, I'm happy. Okay, and the Aries on the other side is I'm happy when I get what I want. All right, I'm happy when I get what I want. And those in opposition, when we're talking about a full moon, it means that the sun and the moon are opposite from one another. You see, the sun is here, the moon is here, they're opposite from one another. So they're kind of like the sun is pulling here, no, but I'm important. And the moon says, no, but I'm important, and it's like, not the Libra will say, yeah, you're important too, but that's what I want. I want you to be happy, and we don't know the balance, and that's the whole month of Libra is balance. We don't know many times, to balance what I want and how do I need to share. Okay, and one of the greatest gifts of the Sukkah is we said that it's emunah, is faith. Tzela emunah, it's called. The faith. Okay, and emunah, it's also, it's amen, it's the root of neemanut, which is also loyalty. All right, and many times we don't know who do we need to be loyal to. Do I need to be loyal to what I want, or I need to be loyal to society? Because when I do what society is asking, you say, well, I forgot about me. Where am I there? And when I'm thinking about me, then he says, no, but we need to share. How do we find that balance? And that's what we want to find right now. When that, Mars and authority coming together, it's like them or me. And in life, it doesn't have to be them on me. It's about that if I share with someone, it has to be that I'm doing it because I want to, because it's my desire as well. Because I know that there is light and there is returning light. And if I'm not using the returning light, then the vessel is going to burn out and I'm not going to get anything. Okay, so only by that sharing, I can get what I want. But it's not like I'm giving up my desire for society or for someone else or for my family or for my job or for my friend. I'm not giving up me. I just know that I want to do it because that's how I connect. All right. I cannot go to a battle of war and think only about me. I have to think about my friend as well. So whatever it is that I want from me, I want from my friend as well. And this is very hard to do because many times when other people have something that we don't have, we feel threatened. We feel not good. And we need to overcome that. We need to say, you know what, I'm happy that you have the same way if I will be happy for me. So we're balancing that Libra and Aries, me, you. Okay, if you think about it, it's a perfect example. Like Aries wants, imagine like an Aries and a Libra getting married. So the Aries is all about him, and the Libra is all about him too. Wow, wonderful relationship until the Libra feel diminished and cannot take it anymore, and then it's a boom because there's not returning light there. So it's always to find that balance. And in Sukkot, we have that free light of mercy that we will be able to balance me versus others. Because if I don't know that balance, I'm constantly reactive. Or I'm reactive that I always feel guilty and I want to share. Or I feel reactive and I constantly egocentric because I have to fulfill mine. Because I don't get it from others. And I think this is a great time. We have a full moon, in Aries, conjunct Chiron. We can heal that wound of Aries that is egocentric, that it's all about me. And we know that it's also about others. But about others, we not give without giving up me.